Judge, I do need to let you know something before we begin. Um, this client had, I can't remember what kind, he was a victim of a violent crime. And he understands what's going on, but you might need to slow down a little bit right now. Thank you.
Welcome back to another emotionally charged day in Judge's Courtroom, where we're about to witness the delicate balance between accountability and compassion. Today's docket is packed with cases that will test your assumptions about justice, second chances, and what it means to truly help someone turn their life around. We've got a man with brain trauma from being a victim of violent crime who's now charged with DWI and tampering with government records, driving with open containers and a fake ID. Then there's a 28-year-old who keeps picking up cases and insists he wants to change, but his actions tell a different story. And wait until you see the most powerful moment of the day. A mother pleading with a judge to help her 18-year-old son, who's charged with 2 serious felonies, including a gun case where shots were fired in a residential neighborhood. The judge is about to deliver some of the most brutally honest life advice you'll ever hear about the law of parties, capital murder charges, and why hanging out with the wrong people can destroy your entire future. This is going to be intense. Let's dive in.
Okay, what is his last name?
Hernandez, and it's Anthony, Your Honor. He has 2 cases.
Good morning, Mr. Hernandez.
Buenos días, señor Hernandez.
Buenos días, señor.
Good
You
morning,
were
sir.
charged with 2 very serious cases. You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were also charged with tampering with a government record. You just had a tampering dismissed 2 weeks ago, and now you have another one.
Tiene otra.
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. On the tampering case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On your DWI, you are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
On March 16th, 2025, an officer observed a vehicle and ran the tag that observed and which was found to have no return. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer observed the event with slow roll and missed multiple opportunities to safely pull over. The officer made contact with the defendant and observed the odor of alcoholic beverage from the vehicle. The officer also observed 2 40-ounce glasses of Modelo, both open and at 40%.
Drinking while driving?
Los que estabas manejando.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
The officer
El
requested the
oficial
defendant
pidió
exit the
que el
vehicle and
demandado
the
saliera
defendant was
del vehículo
detained.
y fuera detenido.
The defendant declined to answer any questions and considering responsibility tests were conducted. The officer observed 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 5 out of 8 on the walk return, and 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand.
Para el
The
señor
defendant consented to a
el
breath
demandado
test,
de un
and the
procedimiento
results
de
were
resultados serán
0.135 and
135
0.133.
133.
While at JPC, the defendant admitted that the identification card provided was fictitious. The officer reviewed the identification card, and
Tarjeta de identificación y
the identification card
la
had
tarjeta de
a
identificación
fictitious
tenía
date of birth,
una fecha
and his first name was listed as his middle name.
fecha
The
de
card had no
nacimiento
fault.
y su nombre
It was also very flimsy, and the lettering was not consistent with normal federal identification.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I would hope that you recognize it's damn elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving.
This case presents one of the most complicated and heartbreaking situations you'll encounter in criminal justice. Mr. Hernandez is a victim of violent crime who suffered brain trauma. The defense attorney had to warn the judge to slow down because his cognitive processing has been affected by the violence he experienced. But now he's a defendant, charged with DWI and tampering with government records. The facts are damning. He was driving with 2 open containers of yellow liquid, drinking while driving, failed field sobriety tests, and was carrying what appears to be a fake identification card with inconsistent lettering that doesn't match normal federal IDs. This is his second tampering charge in just 2 weeks. The first one was dismissed. The judge is about to address something critical. Mr. Hernandez is apparently in the country through some immigration pathway related to being a victim of violent crime, but he doesn't have permanent status. And the judge is going to explain what happens if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail, you get a detainer. You sit in custody until your cases are resolved, and then you get shipped off to immigration. This is a man whose life was already destroyed by being a victim, and now he's compounding his problems with terrible decisions.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt of court hearing. You could be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. You are not allowed to drive.
Maneja.
Do you
¿Me
understand?
entiende?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Is he here on an asylum claim? Does he have status here?
Judge, I'm not sure if asylum is the right word, but he does have an avenue through immigration based on him being the victim of the violent crime.
Not in this country with permission, and you go to jail. What happens?
¿Qué pasa?
Como dice la pregunta,
What was the question?
por favor.
Please.
¿Qué pasa si tú andas a la cárcel y inmigración te encuentra? ¿Qué pasa?
Va a ser deportada.
That's what you need to think about when you're out there in the free. You're ordered now not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to put a monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming. This is the promise that you're going to be signing with me, Mr. Hernandez. And I want you to understand, I will do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand
¿Lo
me?
entiende?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
¿Seguro?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
If you were here because you were a victim, or if you were a victim of a violent crime, you have no clue what happens in our jails on a daily day basis.
Diariamente.
There are some parts of the jails that are so bad, officers won't even go. Keep that in mind when you're out there, because if I find that you break any of these bond conditions, I will put you in jail. And if you're unlucky enough, you will get a detainer and you will sit there and you will be stuck like Chuck until these cases are over with. And then you get shipped off to immigration. You get no more warnings from us. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you're ordered not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. For now, I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you will get with breach off of your bond conditions. After that, you'll be free to go. Be very careful. No more warnings, Mr. Hernandez. Okay, thanks. For the time being, I'm going to put a scram on him, so I know that he's not using. I'll pay for it so that it doesn't come out of his pocket.
Thank you, Your
I did. Yeah, there's one up there. Okay, and then if a while passes and there are no issues, come back and talk to me, but I want to make sure that he's not using.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
The judge just delivered one of the most chilling warnings you will hear in a courtroom, and it's specifically directed at someone who's already been a victim of violent crime. If you were a victim of violent crime, you have no clue what happens in our jails on a daily basis. There are some parts of the jails that are so bad officers won't even go. Let that sink in. There are areas in the Harris County jail system that are so dangerous, so violent, that correctional officers refuse to enter them. And Mr. Hernandez, who suffered brain trauma from being a victim of violence, could end up in one of those areas if he violates his bond conditions. The judge is painting a stark picture. If you break these conditions, you go to jail. If you're unlucky enough, immigration and customs enforcement puts a detainer on you. You sit in that dangerous jail. potentially for months, until your cases are resolved. And then you get deported to a country you may have fled for safety reasons. This is the nightmare scenario for people without secure immigration status. One mistake, one DWI, one fake ID, can trigger a cascade of consequences that ends with deportation. The judge is trying to scare him straight, but she's also being honest about the brutal reality he faces.
Hey, please. Yeah, let me give me 1 second. Hold on. You ready? 255-9578.
9578.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Fosberg. Tell me, sir, how are you?
Very well. I'm here for Francisco Hernandez.
In jail or on bond?
He's on bond.
Oh, he's got a bond violation.
Yes,
Do
Judge.
you mind having him approach, please?
And Judge, there is a representative from the bonding company here in court.
Failed to go test when you were ordered to test. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test and you're to come back. If you ever miss again, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Okay, I'm sending him now for a test. He has to come back. All right. Take a seat, please, sir.
And then I'm gonna have pre-file call your number ready.
Good morning, Judge.
It's okay. Great to see you. What's new? Please.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Kevin Diaz, I think he had him last week and his bond was revoked. He originally had a theft and then got charged with a possession.
Oh, he's
Yes.
still in, huh?
Yes, Judge, he cannot make that amount. Now, the thing is.
You bring him out? Yes.
Yes. With the possession, it's a bit iffy. We don't have a lot of information on that possession, and based on my client said, and what the DIM says, are two completely different things. I'm going to review the video.
Sir, my problem is that he's allegedly slinging, you know?
Sorry?
He's allegedly slinging, you know? That's my big problem, is that, you know?
I mean, just based on even on the DIMS, it wasn't his car. He had nothing on his person. He was just getting off of work. If you look at least part of the video that we did see, he was coming straight up from work. He had his work regalia on. So he wasn't driving. It's a bit.
Is the other person didn't take it, does it?
According to him, she does. Her name is Jasmine, but we don't see that on the report. We don't even see her name on the report. If he's getting
Somehow they
arrested.
linked it to him, I don't know, I don't remember.
To the marijuana?
Yeah.
The marijuana, it's linked to him and because it's found, there's been found in the passenger seat of the vehicle. And when they searched the vehicle, marijuana is located on the front passenger floorboard, the pocket satchel. And the defendant has been the marijuana being case.
Pocket set. He says he did not. According to him, she did. So that's why I'm waiting on body camera.
To me, I have a full head of hair.
She said.
He said, no. How's jail?
Works bad. Terrible.
Good. It's not supposed to be fun. You know, the idea is that you actually listen and hear and understand, hey, we mean business, because when you don't, this is what happens. You now know you have no one in this world that's going to pony up the $500 it would take to get you out. When you're out there in the free world, these are the things that you think about, because if not, disastrous consequences. People lose cars, houses, apartments, because they're stuck like Chuck. Where do we go from here?
I would ask for a PR bond. I would ask for a PR bond. He just doesn't have the funds to make it. He does work at Dave's Chicken and at minimum wage, he's not even able to get that out. So, and I am court appointed on his end. So we would ask for a
Okay,
PR bond.
what say you?
Judge, we're gonna be opposed to the go around just because this is the second charge within a matter of 5 months.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is that it's 3 months.
He was going to defer to the court.
I mean,
And he has been in jail for a few days, Judge. If he was taking a time served, he'd get it. But I think that we just need
I wouldn't take it. I'm not gonna take it. I wouldn't.
Just
You know,
saying.
here's the thing. You're charged with theft. The weed, it's the theft I'm concerned about, because when you're branded a thief and you're branded a thief for life, it's over. No one hires thieves, no matter where you go, no matter what, you could have a shining star over your head. Don't matter, because you're branded a thief. They don't hire thieves. They don't give apartments to thieves. You want to buy a new car? They're not going to give it to you when you're a thief. They don't, because
So-
they know.
We're still looking at surveillance videos on that, which we don't have. That once again, the stories are just not aligning. Without videos, I can't really make a judgment either way. So we're waiting on surveillance videos on that.
we are still waiting on surveillance video, Your Honor. I don't have it on. It looks like there was a subpoena. That may be a shortcoming on our end, Your Honor. We may not have. I don't-
If you can be creative in a way that we can ensure he's going to stay out of trouble, then I'm all ears for another PR bond. But be creative in how we can, when people have too much time on their hands, they become self-destructive. And you start doing things you shouldn't be doing, hanging out with people you shouldn't be hanging out with. Not well, I'm hanging around with the wrong people. Maybe you are the wrong person and it's going to get this other person in trouble. So I want to let you out, but I don't want you to pick up a third case. And I want to find a way that we know you're not going to pick up a third case. You're going to stay out of trouble and you're not going to use marijuana. So if you can be creative and show me how we can do that, I'm all ears.
Yes, Judge.
So the ball's in your court. Let me know. I am down,
Come back.
but somehow we have to work a plan that you're not going to pick up any new cases.
Sounds good, Judge.
Show me. Yep.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe it's nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Sims.
Some help.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
I don't need to come back here.
You don't need to come back here.
I won't be back here.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You've never been in trouble in 27 years with this.
What alcohol is good. What alcohol is good. Oh, that's you, it's alcohol. It's different.
Do you mind printing it out for me?
You can make up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Is there anything that, you get any eligible for deferred probation or not?
Not for DWI, sir.
Gotcha.
No. You know, Mr. Proctor, I told you that I wanted to follow whatever the TRAS said, you know, and shh. And I'm going to stick to that, you know. Sometimes I'm surprised by what the findings are, but I trust them to make the right decisions, and I hope that you. So here, they recommended medically assisted treatment to address the alcohol abuse or dependency. That means that you have to go to a doctor, right? The problem is that we can't pay for that.
Right.
I can't pay for that. When it's on the outside, if it's here where they would have recommended like residential or something of this nature, I would pay for it for you. I can't pay for this. So you're going to be expected to do this on your own. You know, the other thing that they're recommending is intensive outpatient treatment followed by supportive outpatient treatment, which I think at a minimum should be done, because the idea is that you learn from this, because something is going on and the coping mechanisms that are being used, that you're used, they're just not good, because we don't want another death. We don't want you to make some kind of decision that has a lifelong consequence, that where you end up in orange for the next 50 years, you know? Are you working at this time? Well, obviously not right now, but were you?
Yes,
What were you doing?
I worked at an equipment shop.
Do you still have that?
I probably not.
Hey, I guess we need to give him some time, you know. Can we apply for TAP funding for him? Okay, I'm gonna try to apply to get stuff paid for you, because I know that there's some, you know, funding that is available for people if they qualify, and I think you do. You have to understand, in this life, you don't have anyone that's going to bond you out. When you're out there, if you make the wrong decision, you're stuck, as you now see, you know, really, it's not that hard. Now, what we're doing is you're pleading guilty to the DWI. The DWI is going to go on your record. They're going to dismiss the terroristic threat, but you need to understand that forever and a day, if you get pulled over, what does an officer do? They first look at your record. If they see that you have a prior DWI, they roll up to your window and they smell alcohol or dope. It's probably not going to go well for you. And now, after today, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The agreement that you have worked out is a 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 15 months. You must do, is this a true first?
I believe so.
Or Proctor, if you don't mind looking at
Yes,
it,
sure.
please.
This is a true post, John.
Okay, so it's 1 year in jail to be probated for 15 months. You must do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. Well, we've already done the TRAS, so these are the conditions. You've already done the TRAS, so that's not a need. No drugs, alcohol, substance abuse treatment. No breath test refusal. If you are pulled over, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. Can you look at him, see if his license is down? No, you must maintain a guardian interlock and 25 hours of community service. Do you have any children? Okay. If you do a parenting class, I will waive the community service for you.
He is not eligible.
Your license is not eligible. It got suspended, so you cannot drive at this time. So one of the conditions I'd like is for him to get his license back. Your license got suspended because of an administrative license hearing versus DPS, and I can have Mr. D explain that to you. You were giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Proctor. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, There are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with this. If you ever have a problem while you're on this probation, you can always come back and talk to us. We can work through anything. If you just take off, that's about the worst thing that you can do. If you pick up a new case, that's about the worst thing that can happen. What about the complaining witness and the terroristic threat? Who is that?
The bloody was in the terrorist threat, Your Honor, is. So it is. Oh. He was not filed as a family household.
Do we know, did you have the rip done? Do we know if she wants to have contact with him or no?
Do group information when we want to proceed. Whenever says she's filed with contact, because she doesn't really benefit harm.
Okay, just so that we'll just add no threatening or harassing contact with the complaining witness and the terroristic threat. Just be mindful, what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think, it's what she perceives. All right? How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, waive all his fees. I'm going to waive all your fees. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. Just do what you say you're going to do it well, so we don't see you again.
Yes, Judge.
All right, good luck.
So talk to him about the private license, yes.
Okay. So it's 4 times.
Three. So is this third one that we will?
Oh, hey,
Yes, Judge.
yes, ma'am.
On Mr. Diaz. Yes, Judge. I can have the big stuff.
Well, I still know it's still, but I can't. From what I saw, I don't see don't really that.
Sir, active.
Well, I know you're not going to, but it's the fact of having all that. You're not going to see it.
I think it's on his car, he's in the passenger seat, there's the driver. From what I understood, that's a special bag, there is marijuana. But all those other facts that I saw, that I represented to you, I didn't want to mischaracterize that as though he's the one who's doing it, because I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
There is the allegation that they do find the bag, so the bag and about the shape.
Where do they find the baggies and the scales?
I did
The
this.
scale was on the driver's side, the vacuum bag was on the passenger floor, but it did give the other defendant a diversion program off the back. So she, from that,
Yes.
said, it looks like she says, these are mine. So she made some.
So they charge her with possession of marijuana too?
Well, they didn't charge her, they just gave her a diversion program, which I don't, it doesn't amount to a charge necessarily. I think it's a pre-charge.
Now, I remember that. That was back in the day that they used to do. That was like very, very, very like right when the first administration, it was like right at 18, they used to do that. And I haven't,
My client, I don't know, but
because he's on bond for theft.
I think the-
And he's, they didn't find weed on her, did they?
it didn't see white meat on anyone that was in the car.
It's in his satchel.
He says satchel was not his. He just had a banana in his pocket and something else, but he's saying nothing was his, whereas she's saying that.
The satchel he
things were
came in.
hers.
The officer says we found it in his bag. I don't know if I didn't hear any mention that that's his necessarily. I don't.
So what do you think?
Well, Your Honor, I
Can we give him another PR bond?
say to refer to the court.
Which is no opposition.
Hey. So now, how do we ensure that he doesn't pick up another case? What is he doing with himself?
He does work. I did talk to pretrial and probation, although they cannot force anyone to do anything, they can monitor if they've done it or not. So I'm thinking an effective decision-making class, simply because he may not know what to do. And those courses tend to help in some situations. So if he takes that class and then he shows proof of it, at the very least, that's time he's using to not be in other people's car. And according to my client,
Deputy Chigon, do you mind bringing out Mr. What's his name again?
Diaz,
Mr. Diaz, please. Thanks.
And Your Honor, if I may, from what I remember, it's saying on Friday or whenever it's talking about, but he said he was getting a ride from work, and I can't verify that in the video he's wearing a shirt
The bus stopped running at the time she was picked up.
You got him on your side. It's just you got him working for you now. That's funny. Is he in school? What is it? Did he graduate from high school? What's he doing now?
I believe he does have his GED, but he is just working at this point in time.
So right now, a felony for
What do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Trying, Your Honor, I really trying.
I'm trying. I don't believe it. What, you're not answering my question. What do you want to do with the rest of your life?
I want to get better. I want to be, helping the community. I want to run a business. I do want to do good by my life.
I'm not asking you to tell me what you think I want to hear.
No, sir.
What I'm trying to get at is, you're, how old are you, what, 19?
No, 28.
28. You have your whole life ahead of you. And it was time to think about what you want to do with your life 10 years ago at 18, because now is when you start working hard, gaining knowledge so that you do something, because this life really, really sucks without money. The divorce rate in this country is so high because people don't have money and they sit and they argue about money because they can't buy stuff, they can't do this. One person is using money to do that when they don't have it. The only way you get that is by gaining knowledge, going to school, either getting a degree or working your way so well that you end up with a good job. I mean, there's one or two Jeff Bezos in this life, right? But I don't want to just keep you in the jail for keeping you in jail. But we have to figure out what we're going to do with you so you don't end up as another statistic.
The judge just delivered one of the most brutally honest speeches about economic reality that you'll ever hear in a courtroom. This 28-year-old defendant keeps saying, "I'm trying, I want to get better, I want to help the community." But the judge cuts to the platitudes. "I'm not asking you to tell me what you think I want to hear." She's asking him what he actually wants to do with his life. And then she drops this truth bomb. This life really, really sucks without money. The divorce rate in this country is so high because people don't have money and they sit and argue about money. This isn't feel-good motivation. This is harsh economic reality. Financial stress destroys relationships, destroys families, destroys lives. And the judge is telling him that at 28 years old, he's already behind. He should have been thinking about his career path 10 years ago at 18. Now, he's working minimum wage with a criminal record and no clear direction. The only way out is gaining knowledge, going to school, getting a degree, or working so well at something that you build a valuable career. She's not promising him he'll be Jeff Bezos. She's promising him that without education and skills, life is going to be incredibly difficult and painful.
That's what I would like. And I'm going to tell you now, I will give you another PR bond, but I promise you it's your last. You will not get another one. Do you understand? I'm going to test you 50 days from today. If I find that you smoking weed again, into jail you will go. And this time, and I'm telling you, I will not take a plea on your theft case just for you to get out. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to let you ruin your life. We will wait it out and play it out until it happens the right way. Do you understand?
Sir.
Now, what are you doing on a daily basis?
Like right now, I just got my apartment, so I have to keep up the rent, so I'm going to work right now.
How many hours are you working a week?
Now 40.
I think that Ms. Chisholm had a good plan on working on how to go forward. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. I don't want you hanging out with this person that you got arrested with. And don't use dope. If I find that you're using, it's really just not going to go well for you. You pick up a new case, it's not going to go well for you. I won't give you another one. Do you understand? Okay? All right. Done, Ms. Chisholm. All right. Take care. Smith. All right. Hey,
I'm approaching again on Francisco Hernandez.
okay.
Uh, Came back.
What was the last name again?
Hernandez.
Hernandez, that's right. You mind bringing him up, please?
Yes, so Your Honor, did, I do understand that the drug test did come back positive. I would ask that the court not revoke his bond, or if it does, to set it at a low amount. And the reason for that is, first of all, this is just a first violation. I'd also ask the court to consider that Mr. Hernandez's mother is waiting outside in the hallway with his baby sister. Whatever the bond is, she's going to pay it. So any amount of bond, it's really just going to punish her. So we would just ask,
I don't even know what he tested positive for.
according to pretrial services, it's THC and alcohol, Judge.
Can you tell me about the felony case that he has, please? Because I don't remember what it is.
The felony case is a Tipping case, Your Honor. On January 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a discharged firearm call in a residence. A resident told the law enforcement officer that she heard shots and then saw a green four-door vehicle speed away. Law enforcement officer found a vehicle that matched the description parked illegally in the same residential area. As the law enforcement officer pulled up behind the car, multiple males exited, and the law enforcement officer activated his light sirens, and the males began to obey on foot for approximately 100 yards until the law enforcement officer was detained. A resident videoed the defendant toss weapon in front of the residence and see later on foot. The gun was recovered, and the defendant's clothing matched that of the male who tossed the weapon.
So the felony was that he tossed the weapon.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the evading is he just takes off because of this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now we're getting the heart of why this case is so serious and why the judge is about to have a come-to-Jesus conversation with this young man's mother. This isn't just a marijuana possession case or a minor violation. This is an 18-year-old who was in a vehicle involved in a shots-fired incident in a residential neighborhood. Someone heard gunshots, saw a green four-door vehicle speed away. Police found that vehicle parked illegally nearby. When police pulled up, multiple males, including Mr. Hernandez, jumped out and ran. And here's the critical part. A resident's video camera captured one of them tossing a weapon in front of residents. The gun was recovered, and the description matched Mr. Hernandez as the person who threw it. So we're talking about a felony gun charge and evading arrest. Shots were fired in a neighborhood where families live, children play, people sleep in their homes. And this young man was involved. Now he's tested positive for both THC and alcohol while on bond for these serious felonies. His mother is outside in the hallway, ready to bond him out. And the judge is about to explain to both of them exactly how dangerous this situation really is.
Can you go grab Mom, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need a translator?
No.
Same person?
Hi. Let me give her that book. I had that fever, Donner.
Thank you. What do you say?
Your son is charged with 2 serious felonies,
Yes,
and I'm trying to do everything in my power
I'm,
trouble. I have ordered him not to use drugs or alcohol, and he's testing positive for drugs or alcohol. How do I get it to stop?
is there, I mean, when he had the monitor, everything was okay. I'm gonna be very honest with you. When he had the monitor, everything was fine. He wasn't going anywhere. And I think that's what kept him on track. But right now, without the
Someone
monitor,
take it off?
as soon as they took it out, he just felt like, I guess, it wasn't a big of a deal to him, probably. I mean, he's still a kid. And I don't, like I told him, it's not that, like, I know you think it's easy or whatever, but it's not. It's really serious what you're going through right now. And I tried to get him to understand that.
My only issue is that I'm gonna put on him now. He knows that he violates and mommy's just gonna bond him out.
Oh, no.
And he's gonna sit here and,
He already
I'm gonna do whatever I want because mommy's gonna bond me out.
I talked to him, I go, this is the first and last time I'm helping you. And I support him with everything, and he knows it, whether he's right or wrong. He's my kid, I'm gonna support him. But if he's wrong, of course, I'm gonna let him know and make him see and understand why he's wrong. I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like, oh, no, it's okay, don't worry about it. No, because it's not okay, what he's doing is not okay.
Help me help you. I'm trying to do everything in my power to keep you from getting a 25-year sentence because you're hanging out with the wrong people.
Agree.
When someone shoots a gun, the bullet goes up, it goes down, it ricochets. Let me give you a piece of perspective. If I say, hey, Mr. Hernandez, help me out. I need some money because my mom needs to go on operation. I'm gonna go hit up this bank. And I say, hey, come on. All you gotta do is drive. I'm gonna go get it, and then we're gonna go out. You didn't know this, but I go in there and I kill 4 cops, right? And then I run out to the car. I got a big bag of money. We take off. You drive me out. Who gets charged with capital murder?
Both.
It's called the law of parties. You didn't know that I was going to do that. Had you known, you wouldn't have gone. But if you're hanging out with a bunch of people and they're shooting guns and it ricochets and it kills someone, who gets charged?
Everybody.
This is one of the most important legal lessons you'll ever hear, and the judge is delivering it in the most visceral way possible. She's explaining the law of parties, one of the most devastating legal doctrines in Texas criminal law. Here's how it works. If you participate in a crime, even if you're not the person who commits the actual act, you can be charged as if you did it yourself. The judge gives a perfect hypothetical. If I ask you to help me rob a bank and you just drive a getaway car, you had no idea I was going to kill anyone, but I go in and murder 4 police officers. Who gets charged with capital murder? The answer, you do. Both of you do. You're equally guilty under the law of parties. Now apply that to Mr. Hernandez's situation. He's hanging out with people who are shooting guns in a residential neighborhood. He ran from police. He threw a weapon. Even if he didn't pull the trigger, even if he didn't know shots were going to be fired, if that bullet had ricocheted and killed someone, everyone in that car could have been charged with murder. The judge is trying to make this 18-year-old and his mother understand. Hanging out with the wrong people isn't just bad judgment. It can result in a life sentence for a crime you didn't even know was going to happen.
He knows that.
You are making
Never said
decisions.
anything for him.
You are 18 years old and you are not allowed to use. I have made that a condition of your bond. And I'm going to tell you now, the next time you violate any of my condition, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to have hair falling out. Do you understand? I don't care if Jesus is here with you. The next time you... You understand?
So,
I'm now going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're consuming alcohol. And I'm also giving you a curfew. If I find that you're out in the middle of the night, I'm going to rip you a new one. Do you understand? This system will not fail you. And I'm going to stay on top of it until you do start doing right. Is he in school? What is he doing?
He's in school and he works. When there's no classes during the week, he works. But on Saturdays, he does work. Every Saturday, he works.
Okay.
They leave the house between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m.
What?
Yeah, because he has to live with his dad. His dad goes there.
Okay, so he's going with that?
Yeah, he goes with dad.
Wonderful.
And he comes back with dad, or I pick him up if he
Okay,
works. Right.
I want to give him a curfew.
Okay.
I will go with whatever you think is appropriate. Okay?
Whatever you want, I'm okay with.
I just don't want him out in the middle of the
Oh, me
night.
neither.
As long as you're working, as long as you're. But if you're clowning with friends, it's not going to happen. So any of the co-defendants that in this case, no hanging around with, you will get tested 50 days from today. If I find that you're still using,
That's beautiful.
you know what's going to happen. You know what the expectation is.
Yes.
You now know you have no one to bond you out. So that the next time you make a decision out there that's not a good decision, you will be stuck like Chuck. Do you understand? Okay. I don't like to put people in jail for the sake of putting people in jail. I want to ensure that we're all on the same page. That's why I wanted you here. So I know that you and I are on the same page. As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Yes.
Whatever you need, all you need to do is let me know, here, you mind giving. So if you ever need anything,
so much.
just let us know and we're there for, if he starts acting a fool because anything, if he's not telling you, if you tell him to jump and he doesn't say how high, just call me and let me know.
I've never had an issue with that. My issue is always like right now, just him leaving the house and not saying anything. That's my only issue. But other than
You
that,
don't have permission to do that anymore.
he's not a disrespectful kid. He makes bad choices. Like I tell him, you guys are not dumb. Yeah, choose the wrong crowd, make the wrong decisions. But other than that, I've never had an issue with him, to be honest.
You speak Spanish. You understand Spanish? Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres.
Very true.
That's what life is. Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
Thank you. Come on, baby.
may I be excused?
Yes, sir. I have to wait until pre-trial releases you.
Levanta ese y tíralo en la basura. No, hermana, got it. Go, 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 go.
Ready? Yes, ma'am.
And that brings us to the end of another emotionally powerful day in this courtroom, where we've witnessed the impossible balance between holding young people accountable and giving them the tools to succeed. We started with Mr. Hernandez, a victim of violent crime who's now facing deportation because of DWI and fake ID charges. A man whose life was already destroyed by violence, now compounding his problems with terrible decisions. We saw a 28-year-old getting brutally honest advice about how life without money and education really, really sucks. And we ended with one of the most powerful moments. A mother and her 18-year-old son learning about the law of parties, and how hanging out with people who shoot guns can result in a murder charge even if you never pulled the trigger. The judge's message throughout was consistent. I will give you chances. I will provide resources. I will work with your family. but you have to meet me halfway. You have to stop using drugs and alcohol. You have to stay away from dangerous people. You have to take your future seriously. And if you don't, the consequences will be devastating. As the judge said, this system will not fail you, and I'm going to stay on top of it until you start doing right. That's what accountability with compassion looks like. If you found today's cases as powerful as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more raw courtroom content. Thanks for watching.